morning. We got lunch plans, so we're going to make this quick. All right. Feel good?
Yeah.
I'm just checking. I should have...
I mean, no, like my back is like literally like spasming right now.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I know it hurts so bad. It literally hurts so bad.
All right.
Oh.
But overachieving.
You know what?
All right, let's get that. You have that pop screen sitting right on top of
Is
your
it
mic.
not supposed
Yeah, it's
to?
not supposed to be on it.
Well,
No.
I didn't put it that way.
All right. Fix that. Everything should be good. If it pops off during the recording, it'll be fine. We're not really that worried about it. Sweet.
All right, we're not touching now, and I won't touch it.
It's fine. It's okay. I mean, I'll keep moving mine constantly. I didn't want it touching it so that way it's
Let me
not.
take
It doesn't.
my watch off because it always hits the table and.
Yeah, I noticed that about mine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully we can get this right.
Freddie.
Yeah, since we're live, I got to do it right. I don't know why it's a lot of pressure.
I feel like this is the moment in Home Alone. He's like, "All right, don't get scared now."
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so here we go. All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the podcast.
I'm back.
Today, I have my beautiful, stunning wife
Hi.
and business partner and all the things. So
I'm excited to be here.
this will be good. This will be fun. We actually haven't done one of these together in a really long time.
Like I said, I'm excited to be back.
You say that like you've been like off doing stuff. You just don't like being on camera.
I wish I was traveling the world. That would be so much better.
She's actually been here every day. She's not here when I'm doing the podcast. She's actually usually at home actually working and doing more productive things. But this morning, on our off day, she came home from the gym and I immediately hit her with like 12 things.
I was like, oh, that's okay. I don't need to work on any of my things that need to be worked on.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
we actually have a lot of stuff that we actually should be doing otherwise, but this was an idea that I've had for a while. And today what we're doing is we're shooting a podcast talking about a subject. We're also going to be doing vlog behind the scenes. So it's just video blogging, basically, for those of you who don't know what that is. It's 2026. Everyone should, but apparently people do not. No big deal there, but we are going to be doing that throughout the day today, as well as also trying to record some reels and stuff around this type of content.
Yes.
I don't know what it was. You know, we've talked on and off about making a podcast or content around this idea, but, you know, it's mostly, I just talk myself out of everything because I think every piece of, I hate the word content, is supposed to just be the most valuable big thing in the world, and everything's supposed to,
That's why it's called content.
I know. I hate this weird cycle of like things that we're in right now because you can't just operate a business anymore. Now you have to be, you know, an expert at marketing, and you have to understand everything about social media and algorithms and people and psychology and math and just all the shit.
What happened to just being a photographer?
I was born too late. I missed the film days where you just paid money and people word of mouth worked and it was what it is. So
Yeah.
But we are here to talk today about the 3 ways that you can most easily fuck up your boudoir session. Now, that sounds really harsh.
It does. I mean, that's a little intimidating. Like, how are you going to fuck it up? Come on now.
The thing about it is, and I just want to make this as my disclaimer, today this is actually not really about the client. It's more of preparation and finding the right photographer. I think that all 3 of these topics, which you will see me on my notes, I have notes here for, also for the people on the podcast, I'm recording this live on Facebook in our Facebook group, which is all females, and so I'm sure some people are going to be at work making fun of us because we look ridiculous, but it'll be good.
Every day's a good day when you get made fun of. I don't know.
I know.
I
I love, look, it's like The Rock always says, he was like, I don't have to do this, I get to do this.
Exactly.
And so I'm fortunate to get to do this, and that my job is getting to kind of play around in the studio with my hot wife.
Stop.
Not like hot wife like that. So for those asking, it's just, she's just hot
There
and
is
she's my wife.
there is a boundary, but
No shade. I just mean, this one's mine.
not my style.
But the first thing I wanted to jump into, again, I took these notes this morning. This is very rough, but we got this. I think that the first mistake that gets made most often right now in 2026 is booking a photographer based off of their following. I think that it's, years ago when we first got into this industry, if you came across a photographer that had 15,000 followers or, 20, 30, 40,000 followers, they were the real deal.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. If you have that many followers, you got to know what you're doing.
And that was, what we were talking 7 years ago when we first started. You knew who the successful studios were.
Yeah.
Now, even back then, that still doesn't necessarily mean that you had bookings. But if you had a following, you were trustworthy, you were legit, you had to earn that following. In the early days of Instagram, a pretty picture would get you a big following really quick. But then it sort of transitioned to where you actually you could still grow a following relatively easy, but I think that at least what we saw back then, you knew somebody was a legit studio. Now, content just goes viral like crazy. And I know that it's really easy to, go from 3,000-4,000 to 20,000 in 2-3 weeks right now. If you just the right
One
thing,
video.
the right thing pops off. And again, my disclaimer is I'm not trying to throw shade because there's a lot of photographers out there that have massive followings that are super legit.
I admire them, yeah.
Yeah, I can go through a whole list of people. I think that where my point goes is being in this industry as long as we have now, meeting people, talking with people, lots of other studios, people that are in the know, people that have been this for much longer than we have, twice as long as we have. And you start to hear things and you know that some of these people that pop up, there's a lot of, let me back up. There's actually a lot of boudoir photography groups, education groups, mentor groups, and this is for every niche. And so people, you kind of know other names, where most of you wouldn't know any person that's in this group that also is a very high.
But they're in the healthcare industry. They're going to know a bunch of different doctors, and a bunch of different, it's...
Same thing.
Yeah.
And so in that, you're a little bit more connected and you can kind of see. But the thing is, you hear all the time of someone that's like, oh, this person has 80,000 followers. Well, they're in a group going, hey, I have no bookings, right? Just because someone has a high following doesn't mean they run a good business. Now, when photographers do business, it's usually not, they're creatives, not business owners.
Oh, yeah.
There's two completely different types of people.
And you hear photographers say that all the time. And like we literally said 2 minutes ago, I just want to be a photographer. I don't want to be a social media marketer. I don't want to be an advertiser or anything. I just want to take pictures.
Yeah, I have 600 things that I have to do that get to the point to where I get to take the photos for an hour. And then after that, it's back to the 600.
What is the percentage like the photographers, they're only actually taking photos 10% of their day, like 5% of their day?
Yeah, it's either a single digit or 10.
It's so tiny, yeah.
And it's not even just of the day. I think it's of like the entire career. I mean, it's such a minuscule part of it. So running a business, and that's communicating with clients, that's being able to, address people's concerns coming into things. That's a big one. I mean, how much of your day do you spend in client communication?
Oh my gosh, it's the majority of my day. It is my day.
I think another big thing with this, and I got to be careful about this one because I understand why, but there's a lot of people with crazy followings, and they shoot nothing but models. Now, shooting a model is fantastic because you essentially don't even have to work. If you can put somebody in the right situation who knows what they're doing, you can click the camera and it just is what it is.
They know their angles. They know poses they can do. They just do it themselves. You don't have to direct.
And most of them, again, it's obviously these people that are, flawless and professional in an epic location, that's going to bring views. I understand why people do that. That's not what we do. That's never been what we've done. We've worked with a couple of, and even the models, say I put that in quotes, that we've worked with at workshops were usually normal clients of someone in that area.
The workshop in Nashville, they were all normal, everyday women.
And it was awesome. I mean, that was so cool. That's what I loved about being able to set that up, is that Jamie, the photographer whose studio, check her out, love Jamie. Jamie Pfister at Adore Girls. She's one of my all-time favorite human beings. She set that up, and we had some of her actual past clients come in at the workshop that we were attending at the time. And I love being able to work with regular people because you're still having to learn like how to pose and to work through things. And so, again, it's not throwing shade at people that use models, but if you go to someone's profile and every person, and you scroll and you scroll and you scroll, and every single human being is a professional model, well, that's not probably somebody that's used to addressing the concerns of a 45-year-old mom with limited mobility who hates every single thing about herself, who has a lifetime of trauma built up of things that she doesn't trust because she doesn't trust people or she doesn't trust a male photographer. There's nothing to overcome when you're working with somebody that's a professional like that.
And it's not that, working with models is like a cheat code, but like when you go to these workshops and you're learning the education of the lighting and the posing and how to work with different people, but you're also, when you go to these workshops or these styled creative shoots, you're in a styled atmosphere. You have these beautiful backdrops. You have these beautiful people in these beautiful outfits. And it's not your everyday client, like you said. So like when you're on Instagram looking at somebody's portfolio and you see image after image of all these beautiful places, okay, well, do they have their own personal studio? What does that look like? How does their normal everyday shooting look like?
Yeah, if you're going to book with that person, what is that circumstance?
You gotta research.
Yeah, I think that for sure, if you are looking at a session with someone, especially people that you see with these really epic location shoots, is what kind of location are you going to be at? What have they done in that location? If it's somebody that's super reputable, like I see this with just regular photographers right now, that's become a big thing. And sometimes you just know and you can trust that person's vision. That's great. But again, kind of know where you're going to be, because if you want this vibe of this crazy downtown, loft or whatever, and then you're in some, ratty house somewhere, you're probably going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Again, not saying anything wrong, but it is just something to keep in mind. I think another thing on that topic, just to close out that part of it, I think what type of following. Now, for all of our male followers, I promise you this is not intended to, I'm not trying to be a dick, but
truth hurts.
Facts don't care about feelings, and you're not my client typically. And I'll say this, we don't really do solo male shoots, and it's not because of we don't want to. We've had about 6 of them booked, and all 6 of them canceled on us before the session. I just said, you know what? I'm not going to.
The amount of inquiries we get from solo men, and it's just like, you're wasting my time.
But it's not even just that. It's also the ones that want to, like, dirty talk. Because
I've gotten many of those phone calls, and do you know how awkward those phone calls are?
Yeah. We've just had some of the absolute creepiest people in the entire world that have inquired and stuff over the years. And again, I'm not saying, I'm not saying don't follow me, but one of the things that I did a couple years ago, this was probably 3 years ago, I removed like 3,000 followers off of our page on Instagram. Our Facebook VIP group, it's all women, all vetted, it's all female. Our Instagram at the time was like 60% men. And this happens when you do what we do, right? In Boudoir, you're going to have situations where, and again, I'm not trying to hate on it for guys that want to come follow the page, but if all of my following is male, then
just because we're posting pretty
right.
people.
Yeah, like, dude, you can go find, I promise you there's plenty of accounts out
Twitter.
there. Yeah, there's plenty of accounts out there that you can go follow, but we're running a business. My business is not for you. My business is for my clients and for the people that want to come work with us. And so I removed a lot of men off the thing. I removed a ridiculous amount of foreign accounts.
Ruined our algorithm for a while, but
I also at one point removed most of the photographers.
Which, again, they're not booking with us, they're not our clients. I need the algorithm to show like-minded content to like-minded people. I need those people to book me, so I need only those people to see it.
I truly do not give a shit about the following. I don't care at all. Like, are people seeing it? Cool.
Yeah.
If you look at our stats on our Instagram right now, it's sitting at like high 70%. I think it's like 78% female. And then the male side of it is sort of half photographers, and then we also get a lot of husbands and stuff and that follow us. And again, I'm not hating
Which
on
that's
them.
fine because we've had husbands book sessions for their wives. But
Yeah, I'm all about it. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm not saying if you're a guy, don't follow me, but if you're clearly just some random single guy trying to follow our page, I just don't care. So I always tell people, pay attention to following. Don't book someone just because they have 80,000 followers. Do the research. Check their Google reviews.
Yeah.
You know, I am super proud of our Google reviews. We just hit, I think, 180.
we have 180, but Google's on their stupidness right now, and they have 2 of them not showing. But we do have 180. I have screenshot proofs of it.
But the thing about our business is, you know, we try to make sure that people can see that we're legit. We work, like we're shooting 4 to 6 days a week, every week. We are a very high volume studio.
We're so busy shooting that I need to post more to show that we're busy shooting.
Yeah, we ended up having to get to where we just took away certain days of the week so that we could get work done like this. But so that kind of wraps up number 1. I want to go on to number 2. And I think that one of the biggest things you can do is not researching the right photographer. And I think that finding a let me rephrase. Getting a catch-all photographer is the worst thing you can do for boudoir. Now, I know that there's people capable. That's not the point.
It's no shade.
If you are a good photographer, you can also take good photos indoors in this setting. The problem goes back into it's when you do what we do day in and day out, we are experts at what we do. I'm not saying that we're the best that's ever done it. That's the goal, but we know what we are doing. I am more than confident there is not a single person that can walk up those stairs that I cannot find a way to be able to do a session and that person leave loving more images than they ever thought they could. Okay, that is, I can promise you when you leave the studio, that's what you're going to feel. We have seen every type of disability. We have seen all the different like mobilities, different ages from 20 to in their 70s.
Emotional, everything from like they're on a birthday milestone, they're on a super high peak, they're celebrating themselves, all the way to the emotional lows of they just went through something really tragic and they're trying to get their bearings again.
Well, you know, we also had a couple of the more interesting things. We had a client a couple years ago here at this studio, and she was a younger girl. She had just graduated college, and she had told us, she said, I'm so afraid of being in front of the camera. I couldn't even do photos, senior portrait photos.
Which is so sad because that's such a happy like chapter of like, you just graduated, like this is celebration. You're supposed to have cap and gowns or the pretty, beautiful flowers, what have you, you know, like celebrate. And
I remember her shaking. I remember like just her nerves were next level. Now, you know, and when we first started, she was very stiff. It took her a minute to get going. And obviously this is like one of her biggest fears.
Yeah.
And she ended up having this amazing session. I think 10 minutes in, she loosened up and and it was great. We had so much fun and
I scrolled past her image yesterday and I'm like, oh, I wish I had it like framed. I love it so much.
So many good images there. But understanding how to take a person who this is their biggest fear in the world and make them comfortable in this situation and to still be able to pose them in a way that is flattering and pose them in ways that make them happy and make them feel confident and comfortable, right? We've had clients that come in who physically could not move their arm.
We've had many clients who are, difficult hearing abilities, whether it's just kind of hard or they're actually with the implants. We've had a blind client.
Yep.
Like we have literally had every type in our studio and they've all been incredible. No matter what journey they're on, they've all been incredible.
The thing, when you're looking at this, you're dealing with insecurities at an extreme level, right? It's like I said earlier, I think you're dealing with people who, in a lot of situations, have lifelong trauma. They have more negative self-talk than, you could imagine. If you don't see, if you're not that type of person, I think that sometimes it's like terrible to see like how people talk to themselves.
It's sad.
Right? But you
It's
have
heartbreaking.
You have to bring that person in, and you sit down and you sit through hair and makeup with them, and you chat with them, and you talk, and you be able to build that rapport. And us doing this day in and day out, we understand how to handle that. We understand how to communicate. Also, how to pose when somebody can't do these things. And it's like I tell our clients every day when we come in, I'm like, it's okay. If you can't do this, I'm going to put you in this. If you can't do this, tell me, because I will find a way that this will work. And if it doesn't, we'll move into something that does. Like, it's so simple to us because this is just what we do day in and day out.
It's our normal.
I think this is one of my favorite examples to give. I always say, imagine that you have some type of very complicated heart problem. Are you going to go to a general surgeon, or are you going to go to a cardiologist? Are you going to go to someone that works on hearts for a living? That's all they do every day. They work on hearts. They're not worried about all this other stuff. They're not doing, one day I'm working on, this thing, and then I'm also on the side, I have a side hustle on another business. And no, I want the motherfucker who woke up today and decided, you know what, I'm going to spend 16 hours of my life learning about this one thing. And that's, that's what this is.
That's exactly how I view it too. Like if you have a boudoir session on, say, Tuesday, and your photographer on Monday was taking pictures of pets, and then your session is here on Tuesday. Okay, well, this weekend, she has a wedding coming up. And this past weekend, she was doing senior sessions out at campus the entire time. So is her mind actually focused on you, or is her mind focused on the wedding or all the senior sessions that she has yet to edit? Like, you really do want somebody who pays attention, understands what you're going through, captures what needs to be captured the entire time, is focused on you, not off in la la land. Like, I'm the little kid on the, baseball park or whatever, kicking the sand around. But it really is, you need the specialized person. You need the person that's niched down.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. People get, I know some people get frustrated, like local photographers get frustrated when they see like where we are, where this business started, where we are, where they are, how some of them really don't grow. And a lot of times that's just not niching down.
And it's not to be mean. It's not to be mean, but
you get, like for us, like if you want a family session, I'm not your person. You want headshots, I'm not your person. I don't care. It's also not what I want to do,
But have you taken a headshot?
Yep.
Have you taken the animal
Yeah,
photography?
I've done
yes,
this stuff.
But it's not what you...
But for me, I find that in this specific niche, this is kind of like wedding photography, right? Like I think these are the two that at the end of the day, this should be your only focus. Maybe that and like newborns. I think if you do newborns, that's another one, because there's a lot of...
to me, and I'm not saying it's a touchy, so you have to have newborn training because you're handling a infant.
But that's the point, though, is to specialize for those types of things, right? And I mean, it's just understanding of what the task is. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to be a better photographer if you know how to do all of these things, right? If you have a very wide knowledge, that's fine. But you want to be the best, you need to niche down. You need to niche down to that one thing. If you're a person who is looking for a boudoir photographer, then you do not need to find a catch-all photographer. You need to research and find someone who spends every waking moment on this, because you need that peace of mind, right? You're coming in to invest in yourself. And I'm going to tell you, boudoir is not cheap. And if it is cheap, then you have the wrong photographer. And if you're doing photos with somebody that doesn't even value themselves enough to charge more than $200 for photos, I can assure you that session's not going to do for you what you think it is.
They're not going to value your time at all.
And so my thing is finding that type of person who decided, all I want is this is my focus, I'm coming to you. That doesn't have to be us. There's people out there. Just finding the right studio.
And I think that kind of goes into maybe the third point. And correct me if I'm wrong, this may be a bonus point, but it kind of goes back into the research your photographer, like find the vibe.
That's where I'm going with number 3. And so on to number 3, I think the vibe of your photographer is everything. I'm going to say this, and it's controversial, and there's people in this industry that will hate me when I say this. I don't give a fuck to work with everybody. I don't want to. I don't have a desire to. I don't care if I appeal to you. I appeal to the people who, when they see our content and they see us together, they say, that's who I want to work with. there's a lot of putting on because there's a, you don't want to make anybody feel like maybe that's not your type of client. And of course it comes down to, maybe there's a financial thing. You just want to shoot everyone. I don't want to. I want to. I've learned something in the time we've done this. Believe it or not, I've actually learned something. And it's that everybody isn't for you.
No.
We get the clients in that are like ultra soft spoken. They're, sometimes, they're just, I'm trying to figure out how to put this into the right type of words because I did not write this part of it out properly. And the way my brain works, it is a mess.
It's a train wreck in there some days.
There's a lot of reverb because things bounce and then it's just hollow up here. Occasionally a good thought comes out, but it's full of a lot of...
Well, I know while you're maybe trying to figure it out, like when you vibe, it's no longer about just, let me take some photos. Like you're actually like collaborating. You're working with each other. You're on this whole new level of like, oh my God, right there, stop. Let me just grab exactly what you're doing.
Well, and that was, so this was the other day. We had a client come in, never met her before. She was a younger client. She was super awesome. Slightly timid in the very beginning.
Everybody's a little shy, so.
And that's normal. Everyone, the very first thing somebody says when they walk in the door is, I'm so fucking nervous. I can't believe I'm actually here. But she was absolutely amazing. And we just, you just vibe. And our personalities kind of match. She knew what she was getting into when she booked with us. And it was fun. When the entire session is fun because you've got the person that sort of fits your personalities. We were talking music. We were back and forth.
Oh, we were bouncing on every topic.
On everything.
Yeah.
And I think that that's key to loosening up and feeling comfortable. There are just, there's so many different types of people. And when I say that, I mean in personalities. I don't, it's just 100% a personality thing.
Yeah.
If there's a person that's a photographer doing in this type of business, that came out all kinds of weird, by the way. Words are so hard.
If there is a person in this business that is a photographer?
No, I don't know what I'm trying to say,
okay.
But it's so bad. Look, it's Friday, it's the end of the week.
I was trying to reword it for you, but it's okay.
I think that there's a photographer for every type of personality.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, I don't give a shit about your political affiliation. It means absolutely zero to me. Also, that's controversial apparently to some people. I don't care. I just don't.
Which is also why we're not in certain groups.
Right. It's unbelievable how awesome people are when you take out politics altogether.
Yes.
I just like the type of person that sees us and they go, that's who I want to work with. And I think that's where I'm going with that. I don't want
when you find your people.
Yeah. Oh, that's everything.
Yeah.
But I don't want somebody to book with us just because we're available, just because we're near you. Don't do that. No. Find someone. Be willing to travel. It's like tattoos. Right?
Yes. Tattoocation.
Yeah. This is going to be permanent. Like this is something. These photos exist, right? You're going to have these photos. They're recorded. They're not going to go away. You're going to have them for the rest of your life. You're going to look at them when you're 80. I promise you're going to. You're going to look at them on every single bad day that you have. You're going to go back. You're going to pull that album out, and you're going to go, God.
You're going to have an image as your background on your phone.
Yep. And the thing is, it's having great memories of that day makes so much more to that situation. Like that just adds, when you look at those images, you're just like, God, that was so fun.
Yeah.
Right. We have clients that come in here and they've gone to somewhere else previously. And it's been reputable studios. And the amount of complaints I've had about the photographer, and in two situations, it's the same people that I hear often. And they're like, I just didn't, like, the images are fine. I just felt uncomfortable because I didn't like that person.
Or the team.
And this was also a very controversial, sorry, I got back problems, I'm old. Yeah, don't look at me like that.
You cannot complain about.
I didn't complain about you complaining, I just laughed. It's fine. Don't judge me. Photographers, especially people with bigger followings and people that are known, there are some that have massive egos. And that is definitely not us. I can just tell you, I just don't care.
You like me or you don't.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine. I just, but there is a very high and mighty act for some people. And there is a certain type of person that fits really well with that. Most people don't. If you go into a situation with a person with a whole lot of ego and a person that, like, I have people come to me and they're like, look, I did a session at X studio. And they go, I came in for hair and makeup. I didn't see my photographer. I had not spoken to them. There was no communication beforehand. There was
no emails. There's no text.
I didn't have, like, one person was like, I didn't have any kind of prep guides. One person was asking us for advice, but leading up to a session.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, you really should ask your photographer.
I was like, don't ask me.
I don't know what her style is. So.
But they're going, I didn't even speak to her until the session was about to start. I had to bring my own stuff. And she comes in and she goes, just her attitude and vibe just was not, it did not mesh with this person. And she goes, again, she was like, some of the images looked good. The style looked good. She was like, she's a great photographer, but it was not what I wanted.
It wasn't the fun day she expected.
Exactly. And she was like, 4 months later, she's in our studio telling us this story, right? And I've had this happen with a few different people. And I'm not calling somebody out specifically, but we all know in this industry, if you're a photographer, you know people that are this way. I don't care. Come at me if you want to, but this is facts.
Yep.
We know there are people with egos and there are people that just don't care. They treat it like, they're a celebrity. They don't have to do. I don't have to sit through hair and makeup. I don't have to do it. Somebody else does.
I don't have to edit my own images.
Look, I know a lot of photographers don't even edit their own images anymore. That's crazy as hell to me as well. But you know what? That's fine. To each his own. I know that's a big thing with grad photos for sure. But that's just that's why I don't do it. To me, this is a collaboration, and that's how I look at our sessions. For us, when
you're coming in for a purpose.
Yeah. So when you walk through that door right over there, and you walk up these 2 flights of stairs, they suck. I know. But you get up here, the very first thing, Rachel and I, are going to be sitting there smiling, greeting you, probably awkwardly with some weird comment. And
coffee in one hand, energy drink in the other.
Once you finish telling us how nervous you are, we're going to give you a studio tour, and then we're going to sit down in our hair and makeup chair. I'm going to sit across from you, and we're just going to hang out and have fun for about an hour, hour and a half.
Yep.
And then the session's going to start. And you're going to feel a whole lot more comfortable in that situation because we're part of this process. We don't use a hair and makeup artist. Rachel is the hair and makeup artist, which has been something that I think I don't want to call it the superpower for us, but I think that you do a phenomenal job, but they are able to build that rapport with you and me in that same situation.
I mean, they're putting a lot of trust and faith in us, and, I'm going to take care to make sure that they're having the time of their life because that's what they deserve.
Yeah. I mean, look, the people that come in, most of them don't wear makeup all the time.
Hardly ever have worn lashes.
I was shocked by this, as how often, even to this very day, how many women come in who've never had lashes on. Most of them are having to take that day off from work or have somebody else deal with their kids and all the other responsibility. I don't look at it in any other way other than my sole focus in life is to provide an experience for that person. Now, again, I'm not saying it's wrong the way some of these other people do it, but you need to be aware that vibing with your photographer is everything for how you view that session on the back end of it.
Yep.
I had several people come early when we were doing this where I don't have it as often, but people who had done sessions and they were like, I honestly just don't want to look at my photos because I just didn't enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
And we would run into that when people would book and they're like, look, I've booked, I paid somebody a lot of money, I had a terrible experience. And
the images were fine, but I hated the experience, so I don't even want to look at the images anymore.
Right.
And that's sad.
There's no perfect way. These are just our thoughts on this. Look, I've done this for 7 years now. Try to reiterate that. For us, we've worked with over 1,000 clients. We've been sort of a high volume studio since day one. The thing for us is we don't have associates. We don't have hair and makeup artists. We just like 2 weeks ago, got someone to take over phone calls because Rachel just physically could not take on any more calls.
I was losing my life.
We have
I
so
have no
many
hours to do anything anymore.
Yeah, we were getting phone consults constantly, and
which is great. It's a great problem to have. I'm not complaining about that, but like I didn't even have time to do laundry.
Right. I have sort of taken over so many other things that we're doing. Right. I mean, it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that has to get done, and then we still have to have a life, still have to deal with the kids.
Still got house chores, like, laundry.
And we still try to prioritize date night every week.
Yeah.
And so.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, of course. But the thing for us is that we still try to get this done, but at the end of the day, this is our focus. You all are the focus. We love this. This is the passion. This is the thing that we get excited about. This is the thing where you get excited on Sunday night and you're like, all right, I can't wait to see who we get to work with Monday, or.
I mean, that's the greatest thing is like back when I did the phone calls, I'm like, oh my God, you're going to, like, she's not coming in until August, but we're going to freaking love her. She's going to be amazing. This is incredible. And like, I remember like having those moments and, it really is like, okay, well, here's our, we're walking into work. Okay, let me reread you the questionnaire form so we can make sure we're all good. And we know that this is her birthday or this is an anniversary present or this is, more therapy session, what have you. But it's so exciting that this is what we get to do.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And with that, we'll start closing it out.
No, that's having fun.
I know. See, it's fun when you do this more.
Again.
Well, it's, once we started doing stuff where like Rachel was having to get on the phone with people and having to talk more, then it sort of got her out of her shell. We've also got to where now we have this kind of large friend group and, Rachel's learning how to, do things. And I point at her like this, and I say this, I'm not picking on her, but you're talking about the like queen of the introverts.
I was just about to say, remember before 7 years ago,
right?
I wouldn't be caught dead doing any of this. I'd be a fly on the wall in the back corner. Do not talk to me. Do not speak to me. Do not look in my direction.
She still does that to me at night, by the way.
I'm with you 23 hours of the day.
And a half.
Yes,
23 and a half.
You're right. I mean, it's
and
just the bathroom that I'm away from you.
I know, and I'm going to blame.
I'm pretty sure hide in the bathroom.
I know.
To get away from
I'm going to blame Lori Jones and Wesley Jones for putting a nice shower in, because now we have plenty of space in there so we can both shower together. So
it's true. It's true. Like giant shower heads.
There's 3 shower heads.
Yeah.
There's one on this side, one on that side, and then the rain shower in the middle. And so I can just invite myself in.
Yeah.
So sorry.
So literally 23 hours a day, I get to see your beautiful face. Love you so much.
It's fine. I know. I guess this is why at night she jumps in the shower for like a full hour and a half. Hey, I'm just going to go rinse off.
Dude, that water felt so good last night. You should be so proud of me. I hosted girls' night like a boss.
You did. I'm so proud of you.
I am proud of myself.
Well, I'm proud of you because you jump on here and you do great. And I remember the very first time we ever got on here, and I was like, oh, this is a bad idea. Because you can't. Bad. You didn't want to talk, didn't want to do anything.
I got this.
So
it's nothing now.
It's fun. Look, like I say, we're not for everyone. I'm not trying to get everyone to book with us. And I know, again, that may be controversial, and that's fine. I'm just not one that really cares.
But after 7 years, I want to have passionate work, and that comes from vibing with clients.
If you are the type of person that wants to have a good time and that can let loose and doesn't take themselves too seriously, we're probably the right studio for you.
We're definitely the studio.
Like, take out everything else. You just need to be that type. That's really it. You do that. If you see our content and you go, oh my gosh, that's how me and my husband are and stuff. Well, that's great. Then that's how we are. Mm-hmm. This isn't putting on. There's no show here. This isn't an act. This is just what it is. And then, we're very much of a take it or leave it kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love meeting new people. I love every day. Like, I hate people, but like I love meeting new people when y'all come in, because it's just exciting. Like, every day is a chance to give someone this dream experience while getting to know them, and hopefully for me, I get to learn a little bit from each of you as well. So
yeah. Good closing out.
Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Hopefully we're going to go to lunch if we can get downtown. It's graduation weekend. It's a shit show.
Did you want to walk? Or?
Gosh, you just about have to walk. But all right, well, thank you all. We will do this again soon. hopefully we're going to do some more episodes, Rachel and I. And
Please.
then
I actually enjoy it.
I'm still working on some interviews with some local business owners. And then eventually, if we get this big enough, we can get some people to come and do some cool stuff. So thank you all. See you later.
Bye.
All right. So the live, if we're still live, I don't know if we're
I don't know. Let me walk around and check.
You can go check.